What's our next move?
I might have something for the election.
The President of the United States may have gone AWOL from the military.
Venerable CBS anchor Dan Rather and his award-winning longtime producer, Mary Mapes, uncover evidence that second-term seeking President George W. Bush used his family and political connections to avoid the Vietnam War by enlisting in the National Guard. The documents also show he did not fulfill his pilot duties there.
He never even showed up.
Those parts of his file they didn't like, they tossed in a wastebasket.
Do you have these documents?
Mapes and her team authenticate the signatures of the documents and get confirmation from a number of sources of their accuracy. Thinking they have proven their case, they air the story with Dan Rather at the helm on September 8, 2 months before the presidential elections.
Here's to a great story.
The congratulations are short-lived. Conservative bloggers claim the documents are fake, mere computer recreations, and not copies of the 70s typewritten material. When the team asks its source to come forward, he cannot corroborate where the copies came from. Dan Rather is forced to step down as CBS anchor, and Mary Mapes faces an internal inquiry on her motives in airing the story.
Why didn't you ask me?
Because God knows everybody else did when it hit the fan. Why didn't you?
Ask you what?
Why didn't you ask me if the documents were real?
Because I knew I didn't need to.
The film, based on Mary Mapes' memoir, Truth and Duty, The Press, the President, and the Privilege of Power, offers an empathetic look at the feisty CBS producer who bears the brunt of the responsibility for the report. The film suggests she was thrown under the bus by her network, trying to protect its interests in a politically charged environment.
You gotta protect yourself now. We all do.
The film avoids the trap of bias thanks to a stellar cast and a thought-provoking filmmaker and scriptwriter. Robert Redford interprets a poised Dan Rather, and Cate Blanchett offers an Oscar-worthy performance as the embattled producer. Filmmaker and scriptwriter James Vanderbilt unfolds the story in a measured and balanced pace, giving viewers a step-by-step deconstruction of a news story in which the truth was lost in the details.
Our story was about whether the president fulfilled his service. Nobody wants to talk about that. They want to talk about fonts and forgeries. And they hope to God the truth gets lost in the scrum.
Penelope Poulou, VOA News, Washington.